Hey guys, this is Nate from Daily Motor. Now I know you're expecting a Honda CR-V, but I mean, they're both turbos, both red paint.
No, what actually happened is we went out to edit our footage of the Honda CR-V, and Alyssa did an awesome review. You're going to see that here soon. But unfortunately, the audio got a little messed up. Some of the footage got lost. So we patched it together, made it up the best we could, and without further ado, here's Alyssa with her review of the Honda CR-V.
And stay tuned for an awesome racetrack review, our first track review of this NSX in about 4 weeks.
Whenever we get around to it. Enjoy.
Hi guys, I am Alyssa from Daily Motor, and today we have the 2020 Honda CR-V Touring. I think this color is beautiful. It's this nice, like, red metallic that I really love. It's got this beautiful metallic sparkle to it, like a really pretty paint. And because we have the sun shining directly on the car right now, I'm going to actually turn around, we'll look at the back of the car, and that gives me the opportunity to actually show you remote start. If I did it right. There it is, yay! So we have two ways to open the trunk. We have a power operated liftgate, so you can open it with a key. It makes that super loud obnoxious sound, but it lets everyone know what you're doing. We also have this button here for when you want to open it and close it. It says hold to set height here, so if you have a lower garage height, you can actually set it so it's not going to open as tall as this. Looking at the trunk here, there's a couple of different configurations that we can play around with. So we've got the spare under here, but this entire carpeted board actually comes out, and you can raise it a little bit to be flush with this back here. And if you take a look at this, actually I didn't even have to do that. Take a look at these levers over here. I can go all the way down. When you take the headrest out, and it's flush. And if you want to put it back, you just pull back, push forward, let go. That's really pretty simple. It helps you if you need to put something really long here, or something like a big giant bike in here. There. Now you have all that space with no bumps. Okay, so now we have both the seats down, and actually they're kind of heavy. This one, for being, just a one seat, that's, not the easiest thing to do. So I'm gonna try that second one and show you that this one is also kind of heavy. So, if you're a smaller person like I am that has zero arm strength, have fun with that. Now, showing the back seat, we have this really soft pleather, I'm guessing, with this interesting stitching right here. It actually is really quite comfortable. It's not super firm, it's squishy and comfortable. I have a ton of legroom here because it's set to my driving height. And even if the seat is set for someone that's much taller than me, there's still plenty of room back here. If you look at this seat over here, I'll scoot over here. This is set for a man that's 5'10", Charlie. And still I have so much leg room here. Even if my legs were like that much further, it's quite comfortable. Plenty of room for a rear facing car seat, plenty of room for your kids and all their sports gear, maybe an animal or two. It's really comfortable back here. We've got some charging ports here, 2 of them, which is great. And these little latches are not spring-loaded, and I like that. I hate it when latches like that are spring-loaded. So, and then we've got your standard cup holders here. Just hard plastic in there. That's the back seat. Okay, so before we take it for a test drive, I do want to show you the seat adjustments. So right now, if you look in here, it's set for a 5'10" man. Now, over here on the door, we have the different seating adjustments. We have 1 and 2, plus a set button. So it's set for this one right now. I'm gonna set it for my height. And if you wanna look at the chair move, I think that's pretty cool. So if you have more than one, you know, daily driver of this car and you're so sick and tired of having to remember your adjustments and they're not always right whenever you have to reset it, or you're in a hurry to go to work or to the store or whatever you're doing, pressing that button is so much easier than trying to remember what your adjustments are. So turning on the car, push to start, and looking at the infotainment here, if it pops up, there it is. Hello. Okay, go home. Okay, so this is the home setting on the infotainment. We have all the gadgets here. You can also go click navigation there and actually input an address, so you don't always have to use your phone, or you can just go to the map here on this side and it will show you an actual map of wherever you are. As far as adjusting the map, it does feel a little bit laggy. It's not as, you know, streamlined with trying to move. So imagine that if you're driving down the road and it's rush hour, or you're driving down the highway, it might not feel the most safe to be playing around with this map here. So if you're not keen about that idea, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Here, if you look down, we've got the actual climate. So there's all of that. As for the noise on this, that's how loud high is, but we had it on high, and we'll test that for you with this when we go driving around. Actually, it's not that noticeable. The noise from the fans are not really that noticeable when we are driving around. I'll make sure to show you guys that too. And these buttons, you have the parking brake, of course, econ mode, and a button to disable the auto stop start. And what that is you'll notice on the newer cars that when they come to a full stop, you'll hear the engine turn off. And whenever they release the brake, the engine starts up again. That's just to save gas. So this is a button right here, right in the center, big and simple, just to let you know, if you don't like that feature, you can just turn it off. It's right there. And if you do want it on, because it is saving you gas, it's right there, turn it on. And a couple more settings that we have for the car. Over here on this side, we have these 4 little buttons. From the top left, we have the lane keeping assist, and this green light right here shows that it's on. Not sure if you can see that with the sunlight. There it is. Then we have forward collision warning right here as well. Traction control, and a simple one, the trunk. So if you want these on or off, they're simply right there. Just reach on down. My actual favorite part of going over the interior of any car is the whole console area. So this one actually is, this car is very generous with their console size and abilities. So we've got this little tray here, all right, that you can collapse down. If you don't want the tray, get rid of it. We have a ton of space here. I've got a big fat wallet right there, and it looks like I've got extra room. Let's throw the key in there. Let's throw the phone in there. Let's put a big purse right there. Let's put, like, don't look at my notifications. Let's throw any of the kids' toys that they want and you can stow away here. Let's put a ton of other stuff all right there, and it's all packed away. If you don't want your things visible from the outside of the car when you're leaving, it doesn't have to be. It's very easy to do, easy to play around with, easy to customize. So I like that. I really think that's a great feature that we have here. And another thing that I really love is wireless charging for my phone. Nice. So that's really easy. You just take it off, slap it on, it's charging, we're good to go. And if you've got multiple phones for the road, we are just going to plug it in here. Okay, let's take it for a drive. So this is a perfect day for a ride. We have beautiful sunny weather, some of the first sunny weather in Michigan that we've had yet so far this year. The trees are in bloom. It's nice and warm out. This will be a nice drive for today. Right off the bat, it's a very easy drive. There's not a whole lot to worry about. This car to me feels, and that was a speed bump, and it handled it very well. Of course, we aren't taking it at top speeds, but it feels really good. The brake is nice and stiff. Not a lot of cushion there. It feels very strong, very heavy. The steering, I think, is also quite controlled, not loosey-goosey, not something you could just spin around. It feels reliable. It feels strong and tough. To me, this car feels like a tank almost, but also maintaining some of that agility, which is a really nice feeling to have. We're going to take it on the highway in a second, and I'll talk more about that tanky feeling of safety and comfort. Now, because this does feel like a heavier, tankier car, it's not going to be that fast getting up to higher speeds, which honestly isn't the worst thing, especially if you're looking for a safe family car. But slowing down, really, it feels very safe. Going from high speeds down to low speeds really is, it brakes very fast. It's very responsive when it comes to that. Now it is handling the bumps, which are a lot in this road, pretty well. So here I'm going to demonstrate what it feels like when you go out of the lane with that lane assist on. So take a look at this. My right tire is right on the white line, and look at the wheel move. I don't know if you can see that. So it's not letting me really go past that white line. It also works on this yellow line over here. It did not jerk me back into the center of the lane. It just shakes the wheel a little bit, makes you wake up and say, hey, you're actually drifting a little bit here. Get back in. It's not a full lane assist because of that. It's just more to make you aware of how you're driving and what that feels like. So we're gonna do a little bit of highway driving, and we'll talk about road noise. We'll talk about how the car itself just feels on the highway. So hopefully you can tell there's really not a whole lot of road noise going on. There's virtually no wind noise at all. This section of highway right here is loud no matter what car you're in. It's just the fault of the highway itself. So really the car is doing really great with this. As far as the tank feel that I was talking about earlier, what I mean by that is I feel really safe in this car. I don't feel like I actually have to do a whole lot of monitoring when I'm driving on this highway. I don't have to keep both hands on the wheel and make sure I'm safe in the lane. It's got this heavy feel of the car is just drive and I'll take care of the rest kind of feel, which is really great. The steering wheel is quite stiff, so that could be part of it. It's got this feel of just make sure you have your foot on the gas or the brake or whatever you're using, and just drive. Honestly, it really does feel like the car is doing most of the work. So that would be great for long road trips, long commute times, and a great highway car, I really think. So the one thing that this Honda CR-V is lacking is a really super substantial sound system. So if you're looking for more information on that, Charlie's going to have a really good sound review over this car. For more information on that, there's a link in the description. So we do have blind spot monitoring, which is really good. And up here, if you want to take a look at the back seat, you've got this little reflective thing that can kind of just hang out there. It is an issue, or it can be at least, if you're a shorter person, so you need to have your seat up a little bit higher. You're gonna have to crane your neck a little bit more to see both sides of the rear view here. Obviously, if you've got your chair pushed back a little bit more, it's not gonna be that big of an issue. But if you don't have that possibility, then you're gonna have to really look to see what's going on back there. But it is there. It is great. Very useful for looking back and seeing what's going on instead of just fully turning around. So after going for that little road test there, I do want to say that these seats are super comfortable. I've not had any difficulties with height adjustments, seating adjustments, no issues with, you know, needing to adjust where I put my back, where I put my butt. It's a nice little seat that kind of just hugs you a little bit as you drive. Let's take a look at the backup camera. So here we have the wide angle camera, and we can press that button and did it do it? Didn't look like, okay, wide angle here. And honestly, that doesn't look any different to me, but it's supposed to be a more zoomed in, not as wide of an angle view of the rear here. And here we have the same rear view camera, but it's actually zoomed in more towards the ground. So if I move here, you can see how that looks. And again, here we have that view and a little bit wider angle right there. So all rear view camera angles, no front view, no curbside view, no side view of the car from the car. But those are 3 camera angles that are gonna be useful for your everyday driving. So yeah, if you're trying to figure out how close to your garage you want to get, if you're backing into your driveway or anywhere else, not making sure you don't hit anything, this angle is going to be quite useful.